So, good morning, everyone. How you doing? Another recording for Unscripted with Clyde and Tanya. We're so excited to be here with you once again in the studio with Brother D and my beautiful wife. Say good morning to everyone, sweetheart.
Good morning. Make sure you like and share. Rock out with us as we talk about business, man, and be able to grow together with us.
So listen, we talked last week about how we got a government contract, and one thing me and my wife talking about, we really feel as though we're finding our vibe, we're finding our rhythm, that we're here to really, while we're sharing our business experiences, life happens in business. It affects our marriage, it affects our children, it affects our ministry. So you're gonna get a lot of discussion, but we really understand our firm foundation. We really believe God wants us to feed you from our economical or our business perspective. So one thing I think was a good bleed off from last week's discussion from our government contract is, which I'm so excited about it, still learning about it. I'm telling you right now, when you get into government contracting, do some research on it. It would really, feed your family a whole lot better. But it would definitely stretch you in a different level. I mean, so many different ways. But one thing about me and my wife, we've learned through our business coach. Are you ready to tell the world who your business coach is?
Yes, and we're gonna bring her on. Ugh. Now, but shout out to Latasha Brooks, Coach Latasha Brooks. She about 2 feet tall, as Bishop would
I think we
say.
better stop saying it
I
because
know,
I think
right?
it kind
Because
of,
baby, she was like,
yeah, Coach, I'm sorry. She said this time to help
no.
me.
But we shout out to her, man. She's absolutely a goat when
Yeah,
it comes to government contract that she's been doing over 15, maybe 10 years,
yes,
probably a
yes,
little bit
yes.
longer than that, but amazing coach that has pulled us and pushed us, and we've been rocking with us since about 2021.
Yeah,
Went to Washington, met her for the first time, and just kind of follow her. I always tell people you date people for a while before you invest into them. But before we went to Washington, I had watched her for about 2 years,
mm,
and then we went down there and rocked out with her, and it, brother Devin, it blew our mind. I'm sitting in here like it's about 70 people that is in this government contracting world
yeah,
that was making millions, seven figures, eight figures. And I'm sitting here like, where we been?
yep,
We've
yep.
been under a rock somewhere.
But that's key thing though. I'm glad you brought that up. We've been up on a rock, right?
Hmm.
Because one thing we teach in the Lions Den is, and the reasoning for the Lions Den is the fact that we have a lion in us,
Hmm.
and we need to get into the jungle. And most lions, if you leave the zoo and you go into the jungle, you won't survive because the fact that the people been in you try to take that mentality of I don't need nobody, I could do this by myself. I'm gonna do like I did in the Monday through Friday. Well, I'm telling you, Monday through Friday is the zoo. That's the place. It's the zoo because you got someone feeding you, you got someone bringing you stuff. But if you try to take this stuff to the streets, you ain't gonna make it. Or you try to take it to the jungle, it's not gonna make it. And
Yeah.
so, reason I'm saying is because as you talk about Coach Brooks, we found out, and we know this, and a lot of people don't know this. We cannot survive alone. We
Right.
can make a little bit of money out here, but if you're gonna make the bigger money, you need help. And so we've decided to reach out to Coach Brooks. And I mean, how much do you think has she changed our business?
Man, she changed. Like, I don't want to talk about it because I want her to come on here.
Yeah,
So I want her. She said that she would. So I can't wait till we get her on.
yeah,
But I would say she's changed our life, our business. And now she's not just our coach, but she's our business developer. So we invest in her
yeah,
in a nice way.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But the investment is going to be it's already being a great return
huge.
already. And so that's why I'm always saying invest in yourself, in your business, the importance of that. I'm always saying that. But I want her to come and
Cosmo.
introduce
So we're gonna do
herself
that. Yeah,
to our people, Brother
yeah,
David. And I'm ready to bring her to Texas
yeah,
so they can meet her in person, man.
yeah.
And I know she can't wait as well. So we'll be planning something in 2027 for her to do that. But yeah, I finally telling folks who my coach is. They get with her, whatever.
Yeah,
But I did not want to because I know people, but I
yeah,
understand after she ate me up.
yeah. She did.
And I took it and I listened and I shared
Yep.
that our coach is Latasha Brooks from Virginia.
Yeah.
She's from Florida, but I think she
And
lives
she
in
like,
Virginia.
I mean, I want to go into the talk about it. She's like a little sister to us, man. I mean, like I feel like
Yeah.
we become a family. It's
Yeah.
like literally become family. The
Yeah.
reason I bring it up because we got the government contract, but people don't understand the whole dynamic of our business. We
Hmm.
took her advice because we don't know what we don't know. If it was a second motto to the Lions Den or to this podcast, I would always say, we don't know what we don't know. That's why we
Mhm.
want you to listen to our podcast, because you don't know what you don't know. And as much as you can get experience and learn what you don't know, is the more prepared you are. And so many times in business you hit these roadblocks, and then you don't know, you see people out there making it, and it's like they know the secret.
And I think one of the reasons, Brother Devin, like the more I think about this podcast and why we wanted to come and do this podcast, to do the unscripted, because number one, we're in a rural area.
Yeah.
We are in Texas, and we're in the deep east part of Texas. And in the deep east part of Texas, we found out that a lot of people that were minority businesses really didn't know about government contract,
Yeah.
really didn't know the power of what they can do within a small business.
Yes.
And I believe that's what we really wanted to share. And so
Yeah.
if you're following this, we're only sharing this because it's like it's a whole another world, I guess you could say. But we want to share. We already share all our stuff anyway, Brother David. We put everything out there.
Yeah, we
So
do.
why not put this
Yeah.
out here?
In
You know,
airways.
we don't we have no. I would say this: we're not gatekeepers. The only person I was gatekeeping was Coach Brooks, but I stopped that now. But we
She's
not
free
gatekeepers.
indeed. Thank God
Free
she's
indeed.
free.
Yes. I'm free. And I feel freer
Yeah.
because people be like, what? You ain't gonna share? No. But I realize, but we're not gatekeepers.
Yeah, we don't.
And we don't gatekeep. We'll give you everything we got. Now some stuff gonna
Yeah.
cost my time.
Yeah.
But we don't mind giving everything that we got. And we still have more to learn.
Yes.
So that's why we invest. But I believe the reason why we did this was because we're in a rural area, and we want to let our rural area family know, y'all,
You can do some big things.
you can do some great things
Yep.
with some great stuff. If you line it up right,
Yep. Yep.
it would change your life.
And it's a key thing. So, and I want to bring this up because we're going to talk about. I want to talk about the nonprofit piece, because it's so important. Because I feel like, Brother D, and those out there in the virtual world, is that when you have two different people in business, especially when it comes to African Americans.
Mhm.
I feel like you got people say, "I want to start a business," and they grind, 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 hustle, 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 hustle. And I believe there's another person out there like, no, he working too hard for money. And I see people with these nonprofits, and they getting free money with no work. And
Mhm.
so what they do say, I'm not going to start a business. I'm going to start a nonprofit. And if I had, I promise you, if I had $100 for everyone that has come to me and said this question, and I'm gonna say what the question is, but I'm gonna say what I'm getting to first. I'd be a millionaire if I had $100 every time somebody said, "Hey, I want to start a nonprofit. How do I get free money?" Or I want to start. I got a boys and girls club. How do I get people to give me money? Or I want a building. I got a thing. I want somebody. I want. How do I get a building built for it? And people got the thought process that I'm gonna give you money just because you got a thought.
Mhm.
And that's not how nonprofit works. And I,
Right.
I want to spend a day and really talk about not just, why every for-profit should have a nonprofit,
Mhm.
but how the nonprofit works so that people will stop out getting out here thinking that, oh, I have I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna really get in trouble.
Oh Lord Jesus.
I have a person who passed away who did good stuff. I'm gonna open up a nonprofit in their name, and somebody gonna give me some money. That's not how it works.
Right.
And I mean, you can get money if people love that person and they want to donate. People want to donate to you. But just like we got a government contract, because we doing now B2G business, we also talked about B2B business. I mean, you're doing business with business. Then we talked about B2C business. I mean, you're doing business with customers. And nonprofit, we're the same thing. You can do nonprofit to government. You can do nonprofit to businesses, or you can do nonprofit to regular customers. A regular customer will say, "Hey, oh, I like your sister. I like your brother. We're gonna donate to the cause, and that's gonna be a person per person scholarship they're gonna do for you." But the business don't care about that person that passed away.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry, they don't. The government don't care about the person that passed away. But if you say, "Hey, we're doing something that businesses can get a tax write off of that they appreciate." For instance, we did a Thanksgiving dinner, so businesses want to be known as someone who fed the community. So they gave money, but the government not going to give money for us to feed the community. They don't care. They care about our community, but how does that meet our cause? So what I
Right.
want to really
That
talk
part.
about today is, why do how do nonprofits work, and why the money go to nonprofits, and then why do every business owner need a nonprofit? And I'm kind of start the discussion because we accidentally.
Did it? Yeah.
I want to deal with the accident.
Yeah.
So talk about how we started SJCOC.
I want to get this disclaimer. Let me go and put this out here. Now, the disclaimer is nonprofits should not belong to you.
They can't.
They belong to the streets. And most people, a lot of people get nonprofits, like you said, with the money part. And they end up in orange and white or a white outfit
Pastors.
because
Good pastors.
yeah,
Bad decisions.
they meant well, but they weren't doing them books right. I would say this: the disclaimer is understanding that the nonprofit doesn't belong to you. We've had a nonprofit organization for the last 16 years.
Yeah.
We have not made a profit that went in our pocket off of it until we put ourselves in position that allowed us to become what you call advisors
Yes.
to the nonprofit, that we're no longer the presidents over the nonprofit.
And somebody just heard that and they say, "Oh, so that's what I got to do then."
No.
that's what I got to do then. So I'm gonna become an advisor.
No.
And listen, and the key thing is that when you deal with a nonprofit, money in your pocket cannot be the beginning of the whole thought process.
You got to be passionate. This is one thing I do like about Coach Brooks. After she met with us, we started meeting with her probably almost a year, back in October, November, somewhere around there. And we started meeting with her, and she said this, she wanted to get to know us. And as she got to know us, she said, "Tanya, one thing about you, you're passionate about, because Brother Devin, I give everything away. You understand me? I will give everything away if I can." And I don't know where, I think I get that from my daddy, because he's a person that give away stuff. And she was like, "You're so passionate and you want to get back to these businesses in such a big way."
Yeah.
She said, "How about we set you up to where you handle the grants?
Yeah.
You handle the nonprofit and you take care of that part, because that's where your heart is."
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, your for-profit is going to make money.
Yep.
Your nonprofit, you want to make sure you set yourself up to where you're able to give back. But always remember that the nonprofit you cannot look at it to get money.
At all.
It cannot be like, I'm going to get money, I'm going to put money in my pocket. Please get a for-profit. If you want for-profit, make whatever you want to make off of that. Mm-hmm. But for your nonprofit, you don't want it to belong to you.
And I say it was an accident. My wife 100% right. You don't want it to belong to you. And it's how you do it. You know, you want to own the vision. You want to own the mission, but you don't want to own the program. Right. And what I mean by that, because when you build a nonprofit, you tell what the vision is, what the mission is, and you can try to keep it that way. Now, somebody can change it one day, but as much as you can, is where you can set it up to where the mission never changed, the vision never changed. People tell me now, make sure them folks don't take the SJCOC from you, as we build it and it became more successful. But we didn't really care about it being taken. Well, we did for a long time until we grew up. But we care more about it keeping its core values that was in there, because it has a mission behind it. But when we looked up, man, and just to let you know, honestly, we have made over, and I'm gonna say some numbers here just because I want to make it make sense.
I'm shook shock.
Yeah, shook shock, right? We've made
you don't say numbers.
Over, I would say, in partnership with our nonprofit, I think Heart and Enterprise have made almost $1 million, if not $1 million, off of it. And that's somebody's eyes is like, whoa, what happened, right? If you're watching, if that, I want you to type in the screen how. I know you probably won't, but I really wish you would just start communicating back and forth. Type in the screen how. But it was an accident. I say it was God's purpose, but we didn't realize what God's plans was.
Right.
So when we started our business, the first thing we started doing was trying to get a government contract, because that's what we was taught through Bid Academy, get a government contract. But before there was a Heart Enterprise, there was SJCOC.
Right.
And now we realize, as we started moving and everything, we never thought in a million years when we built SJCOC, there was a way that we can make money. Never thought it.
No.
We was trying to do a Thanksgiving dinner. And as we grew a Thanksgiving dinner, it grew bigger than us. Mm-hmm. And the only way we could get really strong support, we had to incorporate it. And so we got it in a 501c3. And then people, when we made it 501c3, people came to say, I'm going to help, because they're not helping Clyde anymore. They're not helping Tanya anymore.
Right.
They helping this program that is owned by their efforts. Go ahead, you can say something?
No, since half of the people don't even know that we were the one that we get to the event, Brother Devin, They don't even know who start until my husband does a speech to the volunteers,
Yep.
and they find out then, and it's like, I didn't know that y'all were the ones that built this and started it. Which it doesn't matter
Yeah.
who knows or not, but I love it that way.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love the fact that we can show up and we don't got to be there.
Inconspicuous. Is that the word?
What?
Inconspicuous. Is that the word? Yeah, inconspicuous. I'm gonna stop saying it for us because that sounds stupid. But we incognito. We're in the background. You know, it's like we don't need to be seen, heard, felt, as long as the vision is done.
Right.
And so we started doing this Thanksgiving dinner, and people started supporting it, and it becomes a rhythm. It becomes consistency.
Mm-hmm.
It becomes expected. It becomes numbers in history.
Yes. Say that. That's the key. When it comes to a nonprofit, it's having the hit because it takes time to build it.
Yep.
And that's the thing with nonprofit. Most people think I'm gonna just jump in and do it. No, 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 no. You got to build it over time. We've been doing the Lions Den. Can I go? I'm gonna say this part.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've been doing the Lions Den, Brother Devin, since 2021, right? 2021, we've been pouring into businesses every other Sunday. We've been giving back to businesses. We've been giving sponsorships, scholarships to kids. We've been doing all these different things in business where we use our for profit in order to get this. Now we do have a subscription. Now it's going to turn into a membership because we're excited to say that the Lions Den Small Business is now a nonprofit organization.
Yep.
Why did we make it nonprofit? Because we don't want to take from the businesses. We want to give into the
Yes.
businesses, right? So there are grants out there, there's opportunities out there, there's ecosystem. I'm learning this, right? Ecosystem, economical development that is out there for us to go after these
Girl, you
grants.
talking sexy.
To go after these grants that will be able to allow them as business owners to be able to flourish.
No, it's
Right?
but it's crazy because now you just said we getting back to business, right? I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
but so now their subscription payments become a donation to a nonprofit organization,
Exactly.
which is now a tax write-off at the end of the
For
year.
them.
So whatever they pay into the Lions Den is actually helping them because they pay less in taxes.
Come on.
That's crazy.
I didn't even think about that, but that
Yep.
part. But
Yep.
I guess that's why we're changing it to membership
Yeah, membership.
and not an actual subscription. So with that, but I realize that it doesn't belong to us.
Mm-hmm.
But there are numbers. We've had events, we've had workshops, we've had all of these different things that we can use as history,
Yes.
as a portfolio to go after those grants.
Yes.
Because guess what grants want? Numbers.
Yep. Yep.
You show me numbers, I give you money. You show me numbers, you show me the impact that you're making, I give you money. You show me how you're doing this, and I'm gonna give you the money and tell you where to put it. And as long as you put it where I told you to put it, you're good.
Yeah.
But guess what we get to do in the Lions Den? We get a grant. Now we hire and we give it into our infrastructure of people that we hire. So what does that do, Brother Devin? That bring more job opportunities.
Yep.
Come on here.
Yep.
Look, don't play. We're going to hire Brother Devin to be the videographer to walk around because it's going to be a part of the grant.
Yep.
That we need him there to get the footage because we want to tell the story when we start building these different platforms,
Yes.
right? But that costs.
It does.
Somebody got to do it, and
Yes.
somebody got to be paid to get it done.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, I felt that, Brother Devin. You just got put in the grant. He didn't even know it.
He didn't
Right
know
there, bam. Already in there. But you see what I'm saying? It allows us to do that because really and truly, Lions Den pays for the Unscripted podcast.
Yep, it is. And so this whole
Brother
thing.
Devin ain't doing this for free. AKA, that ain't none of y'all business, but I'm just telling you. Because guess what? His time is valuable.
Yeah. And this platform is getting information out there to empower small businesses, and a grant can say, hey, we need to be able to go to a program that's empowering small rural businesses. Therefore, this podcast can be funded by a grant.
You would go, baby, we right here. Because I'm like, because these lights cost.
Now listen,
these,
we're not gonna lie.
No,
We're
you're
not
not
gonna lie.
lying.
That's one thing to do. You try to make up a lot and get money.
That's, baby, we on the same. Go ahead, keep talking. That's years of being together. Because that's the thing, when you lie about what you don't do and you do not meet the qualifications and the requirement of a grant, that's how your tail end up in jail.
Watch this here. If a grant comes to us and say, hey, do the Lions Den, I'm gonna say how I put it. Do the Lions Den train drone flyers?
Mhm.
When I say yes, that moment, even though I don't, I'm in the sense lying but I'm lying until I do. When they say, hey, we have a grant to teach aviation through drone flying, guess what? Yes, we do it. We ain't done it, but we say
But we
yes
do fly drones.
because by the time that money hit our hand, we're gonna be teaching classes.
Right.
We're gonna be teaching. We got
We
a
gonna
whole class out
develop
here.
it,
Matter of fact,
create a
I'm gonna look for
curriculum.
aviation training right now through a engineering program. But yeah, what I'm saying is that just because you say you can
Yeah.
and you will, that's not a lie. Saying you can and you don't, that's the lie. Because we
Yeah.
say all the time, Bishop would say yes now, figure it out later. So when they said to SJCOC, hey, we need somebody to administer shots and locations for the COVID shots. We didn't have the first thing, but we said yes, we will.
Wait, Brother Dem, about to mess somebody up. Don't judge us. But how about we ain't even get a shot?
Didn't even get the shot.
We ain't never get a COVID
But
shot,
got paid
but
to
got
deliver
paid
shots.
to not, the SJCOC got paid.
We didn't get paid.
We didn't get paid nothing, but we were able to hire other people to give them job opportunities during COVID. That's next level kingdom.
Yep.
That's
listen,
next level kingdom, man.
And this I want them to see, because I told you in the beginning that Hard Enterprise was able to profit about $1 million. How do you do that legally? And we didn't even try that. It happened, and it was an accident, but God set it up. It was a God thing. And the key thing was that, like I said, we had the history, we had the experience, right? And then God told us, I'm sorry, I'm belching online,
Okay.
but God told us to start Hard Enterprise, and we did. But when God told us to start Hard Enterprise, He said, "Don't." You gotta listen to God. I cannot teach this whole podcast without having God involved. But don't start doing business until you get these certifications.
Right.
You know, and we have, me and my wife was talking about certification a few minutes ago. But one of the certifications, you know, was veteran and a whole bunch of vet hub and all kinds of stuff, right? But it qualified our business to move with government, and we didn't realize our nonprofit was already qualified to move with government.
Yes.
But so if your nonprofit can move with government, but your business can't, your nonprofit can't pay your business.
Right.
If your business can do nonprofit, but you ain't got a nonprofit, your business can't be a support for your nonprofit.
Right.
So when we got going, an organization, now just follow me. This is infrastructure. Now you can intentionally do what we accidentally done. So when we got going and we finally finished all our work, the government, our local city, called and said, hey, we got some government money from a nonprofit. Nonprofit was giving money from a foundation, and they want to send it to our county, but we need a company that qualify. And just so happened, our company qualified because we met all the things to do business with this grant that was given to this organization. Now, we talked last week or last podcast how the government has two monies. One money, I used to say the word monies, and I used to hate that word, but it's so true.
Yeah.
When you talk about different resources for monies. So they send some monies to go and they do immediate response. Then they send other money to do long-term response. Immediate is for-profit. Long-term is managed by the local counties, and that's nonprofit. So we sitting here, and they had money to send this county. They need a contractor. The organization was out of Houston, and the organization was paying us, but it was a bottleneck. You know, like it wasn't moving fast enough. They was like, man, we got so many cases coming from your area now because y'all doing it. We can't keep up. So ironically, we say, hey, we got a nonprofit. It's okay if they start managing the cases. Wasn't getting paid a dime. They were just managing the paperwork, building history.
Yeah.
Became a case manager, write this down, for disaster restoration program. So we started case managing over 300 homes. So they just did the paperwork, sent us the money. Did the paperwork, they sent us the money. Did the paperwork, sent us the money. So SJCOC didn't benefit nothing. We just needed someone to volunteer and say, hey, we're going to help with those case management, and we're going to get these people houses fixed, hard to probably get the money. Through that experience, now SJCOC qualifies for direct funds because they prove to the government that they can handle case management. They are a resource to this county. So now SJCOC is a long-term recovery group. Boom. Go ahead.
Can I pause and say, and Brother Devin, not that we made it that, but the city made SJCOC long-term recovery and put them in an office that's in the building. See, that's the stuff we don't talk about because that part ain't important, but I'm just saying. But now they just did a whole thing partnering with a major company called Texas
GLOW, General Land Office,
which is GLOW, that they've already built 6 homes through this GLOW program. And I told them, I said, why we ain't promoting that?
Yes.
Put that information out there. We didn't build the homes, but y'all did the case management. management to make sure that their homes got built, and partner with them and sat there with them and made sure they had what they created to have a facility that the city allowed you to use for free to get these people here so that they can get their homes built from the storm. That's next level kingdom.
That's it.
That's next. But I said, man, we need a marketing person. They need to be there getting that
Just for that.
information
Just for that.
because people need to see what you're doing. And guess what? You show a grant that you're not doing it for social media.
Not at all.
You're doing it, Brother Devin, so you can get another grant. They can go and look on your social media and see all that you've done. And they're like, dang, we want to partner with you.
Yep. Now watch
Because
this.
I'm about to do a whole, I thought about it, I'm going to do a press release for Sandra Center County
Yep.
and put it out there and put that on the government's press release, not just on social media.
Now watch this. Watch this. So I want the world to see this.
But I almost shouted.
I want you to see this. So now the government sent out immediate funds, FEMA, local agencies to distribute funds. Hardin Enterprise got in line to get that. This is why every for-profit need a nonprofit. We got in line to get that immediate funds, whether it's through Ashbrit,
Excuse me.
through D&J, and now directly through us. We're getting immediate funds from the government, right? So now that immediate funds run out, and they say, no, we're going to spend the rest of the money over here to the foundations and nonprofits. We have a nonprofit. So now this money runs out. Now that money here gets redirected over here to nonprofits. And now our nonprofit can get access to funds. And now it start feeding Hardin Enterprise to start doing money.
Yep.
Because we're not, we selflessly and selfishly removed ourselves off the board. We
Come on.
selflessly
That's
moved ourselves
good.
off the board because we wanted to move out the way and say we don't have to be part of the glory of this.
Yeah.
But we selfishly moved ourselves off the board so we can be a benefactor of this. Now, you can't build this with the wrong heart.
Right.
Because build the wrong heart, you're going to end up misappropriating funds.
Yes.
You build this with the right heart and put the right people in the place, and they help you understand how to stay legit with this. But now, whenever if you got a nonprofit and a nonprofit say, "Hey, we got over $1 million, and this $1 million is to help do disaster recovery for this county. We need you to feed, we need you to broadcast, we need you to train, we need you to have compassionate care and all these things." Don't say I can do them all.
Right.
If you're trying to feed, you're trying to broadcast, you're trying to do compassionate care, you're trying to do training, you're trying to do all this kind of stuff, and now you look like, oh, you went and you're trying to be greedy. I told you that last time. Government and greedy don't go together. You pay somebody to feed, you pay somebody to broadcast. You may do compassionate care. You may be a therapist, or you may not. You may know therapists that can do compassionate care. You take that money and you distribute that funds accordingly, and then find a piece of it that you can do.
Right.
And then you do that.
And now what did you just do, Brother Devin? You just fed into other small businesses. You've made the money move.
Yes.
And it's not just moving to you. And it's what you call, again, doing what you want to get into the Christian, the kingdom part of it. You are doing kingdom impact that is changing people's lives, that is allowing them to have an opportunity to grow,
Yes.
opportunity to learn, an opportunity to feed their family
Yes.
because of business or because they have work.
Yep.
They have a job. They're employed. I don't care if it's for a season. I don't care if that contract with the COVID shots was only for a season. We knew that. It was only for a season. But guess what, Brother Devin? For 9 months, somebody had a job.
Somebody had a job.
They were able to get fed. Probably wasn't much, but it was something.
Yep.
That they were able to get fed. But I love this because here's the thing, Bishop, that we're about to do now. And I'm excited. I didn't tell you this, so I'm giving you this fresh for you too. So I was thinking earlier, and I said, you know what? This is what I want to do. And this is what we could do. And we're probably going to do this before this even drops. Is that now our for-profit also gets to feed our nonprofit.
Yes.
Walk with me. So this morning, what did we say we wanted to do? We want to give back and give somebody clothing for school, right? So Brother Devin, we were saying, okay, we want to give a family, you know what I'm saying? And talk to people who is someone out there. Let us find like 2 families and we want to give back and be able to give. They may not be able to, I know what it was for us and we weren't able to buy school clothes. Am I going too far?
No,
walk with me.
I'm just,
but guess what I'm
flipping
thinking?
now because I'm like,
I'm like,
it
we
becomes a
gon' we
source.
gonna donate to SJCOC. Guess what? SJ, brother, Dad, I messed them up. Guess what SJCOC gonna do? They're gonna find the family and give it to them. We don't got to be a part of that, but we give it to them. Now we're feeding back into our nonprofit because they fed into
We
us,
gotta talk to the
or
lawyer.
not because, but now that's a write off for us
Listen,
to be able to give to them.
we gotta talk to a lawyer
Okay, why?
because you hear I said, if we talk to a lawyer, I ain't saying we talk to my cousin. Because my cousin gonna put me in jail. The lawyer gonna keep me out of jail. I think we're gonna start employing Devin through the nonprofit.
Really?
Yeah, because all right, now watch this. At the end of the year, we have to give away so much money because dang, we finna pay so much in taxes.
Mm-hmm.
If we can reallocate some of that funds to the Lions Den as a donation,
Mm-hmm.
we've invested money into the Lions Den because we got to say end of the year last year. I'm not ashamed to say we had to pay $36,000 in taxes.
Jesus, man.
If we would have took some of those funds and say, you know what, the lawyer said, hey, you need
And
to go.
we gave a lot away.
Yeah, but watch this here. What if the lawyer said, hey, I mean, if the taxpayer said, hey, you need to go buy something or you need to go donate some money somewhere because that's what they do Giving Thursday because those
Tuesday,
companies
give
Giving Tuesday because those companies got to unload some money. We can unload that money to our own nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
And then that creates salary for Devin.
Devin.
That creates
Because now Devin
resources.
will be a part of the
Yeah.
nonprofit for the Lions Den.
They
You
give us
understand?
room to give scholarships.
Yes.
So the money, instead of us giving it, and listen, the government gonna watch it because the government say, if you're not gonna give it to us, use it for us.
Yee, that's good. But
Basically,
we getting the whole revelation on this unscripted.
because watch this here, the government got to give it and donate it or use it to do stuff. Well, you say if you're not gonna do it for us, you become a foundation on behalf of us.
Yes.
If you're not gonna give us the $36,000, take that part of that $36,000 because they gonna want their part.
Wait a minute.
And now you can give your own scholarship. You are literally creating your own foundation through your own additional funds, and the government gonna check on it because now when you become a nonprofit, your nonprofit work for the government.
But guess what that also does for the businesses? That's
It gives
in
them
our,
a resource
for
that they
them
can
to be able to donate.
and they create a
Come
scholarship
on, bro.
and create a whole other foundation. Then watch this here. We can afford to give an assistant money to be an assistant for this program.
Yes.
It becomes we just unlock something.
Yeah.
As we talking to y'all and telling about the things we knew. See, one thing we don't know, right? And everything we're gonna do, we're gonna fact check with the government. Now, what most people do,
And with our lawyer.
and with our lawyer, I meant the lawyer.
Yeah.
But most people do is say, you know what, we're gonna take those funds, we're gonna put them over here, and then we're gonna pay ourselves in the back door. No. We're not gonna pay ourselves through the back door. That money is gonna be reallocated so we can tell that money where to go, and Uncle Sam don't get a chance to tell it where to go. So we Uncle Sam give us reasons that we can do with it. But Uncle Sam say this is the ramification that you can move in. But guess what? We become the boss to all our money.
Yeah.
Not just the part we spend and then we send the rest of the government. The government, hey, look, hold on, government. We're gonna keep this. Yeah. Listen, we know what you want us to do with it. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna send you a report that we done it. But we're gonna do it in our own area.
We just unlocked something. Like, I'm so excited. Like,
now
I'm trying to
scholarships go from being 500 scholarships to where we can pay for your whole degree. This is how companies do it. They reallocate. Why are they giving away so many scholarships?
Yeah.
They reallocated their funds that they wanted to have control over.
BlackRock.
That's
and all the other
I want to control my own funds. I don't want the government to control my funds. They told me what I got to do with it. Let me do it where I want to do it at. And
look, Devin over here shaking his head. That just unlocked. I'm excited.
So once again, every for-profit need a nonprofit. There's money that can come through for-profits that can hire. So I thought I stopped thinking poverty because the poverty mindset say get it so we can keep it all.
Right.
But I thought I stopped thinking poverty because I thought I stopped thinking that way. But then I was thinking on the poverty because how can we get some money from that? That's still a part of poverty mindset. Mm-hmm. How can I get some of the money? But now, when you don't think this way, when you start thinking the reverse version, now you out of the poverty, how can I unload some money and now send money through my nonprofit to do what somebody else was paying us to do? Yeah. Now you start being your own boss all over again.
All over again, next level.
You got an MOU for your own company and your own MOU is a memorandum of understanding. You write an MOU from your for-profit to your nonprofit and to your nonprofit what you want that money to do. And now when you do it and you got record that it's done, it become a great transaction for the government to track, and you did what you said.
See, that's why I love you,
and
man.
paying for your own history.
And and having your own write-offs, man. You're creating write-offs so that you don't have to pay so much. You know what I'm saying?
And we can
And
donate to the
but it's
Thanksgiving
all
dinner.
and it's also allowing us, like I said, for me, it's all about giving back.
Yeah,
How can we give back in a huge way?
we can build
And
houses.
you understand me? Like, okay, we ain't gonna get. Come on, Bishop, because we'll be all
But no,
day.
no, no, because
Yeah,
if God know we got this now, and He say, "Aha, you
yeah,
get it." Now I can release the funds to your business because I know now what you're gonna do with it.
yeah.
And now Heart and Enterprise through SJ through the Lions Den can build 3 houses for families.
Oh, I threw SJCLC, either one.
Yeah, that's what I say.
You said Lions Den.
We're gonna do it through Lions Den.
But I say because SJCLC has the disaster restoration. That's for home. Lions Den have business. And so it would have to go through the SJC. We'll figure it out, but it's
Figure
gonna
it
have
out.
to do. I
But
just
watch this
know
here.
the
If we
sky is
employ
the
Devin,
limit.
that's considered us hiring. We creating job opportunities
Hmm.
through the SJCOs. It's just
You say SJCLC, I say Lions
I'm
Den for
trying to say
Devin.
Lions Den. My mind going back
Okay,
and
that's
forth.
okay.
We
That
got
you
we,
could
we got 2
nonprofit
nonprofits.
organizations. Actually, we got 3. We got the church, which we're not looking for grants and doing all that.
Mm-mm.
But here's the thing: to my pastors and leaders, here we go. Brace yourself. To every pastor and leader. No, that's gonna mess somebody up. They're gonna say pastors out here being greedy. No, I'm gonna say it because it allows the pastors. If you get these nonprofit and we shared this with the pastors in our last meeting, and we gave Brother Devin, our pastors, we give them gems. We give them all the tea,
Oh my.
all the juice. And we told them these words: if you're going to have a church, you need a CDC. What is that?
A Community Development Corporation.
You need a nonprofit to your church because nobody's going to give into your church because too many churches been crooked out here. So you might as well get you a nonprofit, find a need for that nonprofit, meet the need for the nonprofit in your community. You build that. It's going to take time if you have not been doing this, but whatever you've already been doing, make that the nonprofit. It is if it is giving back to your community, you've already been doing it. Now make it the nonprofit to where you're giving, you're doing job fair, whatever the case may be for your nonprofit. Say you're doing that and you're meeting a need. Guess what you get to do? You get to turn that into a nonprofit. Now you can hire people in your church. And you can have people in your church that's giving that. Guess when you hire people in your church, Brother Devin, what that allow them church folks to do? Pay tithes and offering. Pray
if
that
they
they do.
tithers. So
If
you
they're tithers, right? It gives them, and not that you're looking for that,
Yeah.
but it allows them to feed their family and give them hope to be able to do what they do. So now you just created opportunities for them within your nonprofit. Now your nonprofit go after grants. Now you say you put your nonprofit within your church. Now your nonprofit got to pay the bill to that church. They need to be paying some type of monthly payment to your church that puts money back into your church. So you got to learn how to build it and build it the right, build it to where your integrity is intact. Build it knowing that your character, your integrity is what matter. What is your character? Is what you do when nobody's looking. That's what you want to build. Don't steal, don't take, don't be greedy, don't do none of that. Do this because you love people and give it away.
My mind been running.
Oh, Lord Jesus, Bishop.
I got one thing I'm gonna say to you.
Okay.
We gotta go this podcast. And watch this, right?
Okay.
So a lot of nonprofits, a lot of for-profits don't have time to start nonprofits.
Okay.
They don't. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And so they should, but they don't. We have some Lion Den members who are part of our Lions Den, right?
Mm-hmm.
They become board members.
Mm-hmm. They are.
And as they become board members, they become decision makers.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, well, crap, since I'm on this nonprofit already, I'm going to start sending my funds to this nonprofit. It builds the account. And now we got more money in there. And now together as a group, we can decide what we want to do with that money.
Right.
And because they got to say so in the money, they'll be more likely to invest in it. And now we can do bigger and better things.
I think we need to get more people on that, though, because we only got 3. We need some more people, at least 7.
7. Well,
Yeah.
Uneven number 7.
Yeah.
And we all talk about what we're trying to do. Talk to the lawyer and get the lawyer to get together. And now we can give away some major scholarships.
Yeah, buddy.
We can make some. We can create our own
A huge impact.
nonprofit a staffing agency where we train our own employees and we place them. And now we think BlackRock giving us already. BlackRock would say, "Oh, they building their own ecosystem already.
Come on.
We just gonna feed the ecosystem." So what we got to do is build a bigger cause to we help businesses and
Bitch, we're
foundations.
telling too much. I feel like we're telling too much. But no,
But
I
see,
mean
I'm
it's true.
going.
It's yeah, I do.
It's
I
like
see
in
exactly where
other
you're going.
businesses. It's like, dang, that's what they doing. Well, we can feed into that, and we can create our own Giving Tuesday and say, hey, for Giving Tuesday, whatever money you got to unload it here, and we'll make you a not just a board member. If you unload a certain amount, now you can become a committee member. You
Yeah.
can become part of this for so much donation
And
per year.
now when we do the
No,
actual
listen to so
okay,
much donation per year, you can gain a voice.
within what we
With
give.
say if you get like $10,000.
Almost what we're doing with SJCLC.
So you know how we got board members, and then you got executive team.
Mm-hmm.
The top team can be executive.
Mm-hmm.
The 3, 4, 5, we executive. Now everyone else, you can buy a board seat, and now you get a voice on where scholarships go. You get a decision on what we get. So now you get a vote. Like for instance, these different. We just unlocked. Listen, if you watch this podcast, somebody listen and say, "Duh, we knew that." We didn't.
We didn't.
We
We didn't
did.
know.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see exactly what you're saying.
Because right now people just giving for food for Thanksgiving, right? And they just dropping money. But if they had a voice, they may finance and fund it
Mm-hmm.
at a bigger level. I'm sorry.
No, I love it.
We gotta go. We
Yeah,
got
we
work.
do. We got to go to work.
I'm
So
calling the
I
lawyer
would say
today.
this. I say this. Nonprofits can be a powerful impact to your community, to your surrounding areas. We have seen SJCOC feed in a major way, and that was great. But to actually build homes for people and they don't have to pay a dime because the nonprofit paid for it is absolutely amazing.
We can build
Uh,
houses.
and we can build, he's still on that, Devin, and we can build houses.
We can build
Yeah, I
houses.
get it. Yeah. Yeah, he thinking. So listen, we thank y'all for rocking out with us. If you not, rock out with the Lions Den, man. Lions Den Small Business Community is a community where we are learning to start, learning to scale, learning to sustain our businesses. We're teaching all of that, but at the same time, we're trying to make impact for small businesses that are growing and allowing us to network and collaborate together. So join us, man. Be a part of it. Yes, it is a membership cost in order to be in this Lions Den, and we would love for you to be a part of it, you know? And it's $65 for the membership a month. Bishop is still thinking, and we're gonna get off of here
The Lions Den
because
can pay rent to the church.
yes, because we're using it right now. We're in doing the podcast.
And it can help finance the bills here. And it can help if we got enough money there, it can pay for the office.
Yeah,
You
brother
know,
Devin. Brother Devin, get us off this thing for Bishop stay here forever. Listen, Bishop, any last words? Go ahead, because I ain't gonna cut you off like that.
get
Because
a
I know your
nonprofit.
mind is going. Go.
Every for profit need a nonprofit.
Okay.
And you need to get it quickly. And if you need to get legit. If you want to, you can. My wife going to start offering coaching sessions, and if you want a nonprofit coaching session, it may cost like $1,200. But we'll coach you on how to get a nonprofit started. If you are interested in a nonprofit coaching session, it will cost $1,200. I'm just making a price out right now because and it'll get you so far. We're gonna build a package behind it right now, but I don't want to tell you that you need a nonprofit. And now my mind is just, if you can see in my head, it'd be worth just stopping the podcast and recording what's going on in my head right now. But I know how urgent it is now. And if you're watching, you say, I need that. I promise you, for $1,200, you can get way more than what you ever imagine. But we're gonna help you build an infrastructure that your for profit can benefit
And I
from.
believe we'll do the same thing for the business as well. If you don't want to be a part of the Lions Den, but you want to pay or you want to for us to teach you how to start a
Yeah.
business and really build that business, or you already have one. I would rather say if you already have one and you just want to structure it properly, we would definitely
And that
be able to do that. And
and
that
that $1,200 will be a 6 month program.
yeah.
It's just 6 months. I'm not gonna you're gonna buy my time for 6 months, our time for 6 months, and we're gonna help you get a 501(c)(3) and everything.
Why here for me, Bishop would do that for you, but let's say startup. I would do a startup business boot camp with you, and it'll be a 6 month program. And with that startup business boot camp, I give you everything you need, but it will be a cost for that.
Yeah, we figure out
Yeah.
that. But nonprofits right now, I know for a fact, if you got a business right now, sit in line, then do what you gotta do, inbox us. We'll figure you out who you are. But we help you get started all the way. And that $1,200 won't include the cost for your 501(c)(3). It would that'd be separate costs. But and I'm we'll be able to get your 501c3. I'll tell you that. But yeah, it's time for you to build your infrastructure. This is next level. Yeah.
Yeah.
So bye.
Y'all, thank y'all for rocking out. One of the things we say in the den is happy hunting. Let's eat. Stay blessed.